Hello everyone, welcome back to our English speaking podcast. I'm Natasha, and today we are discussing a very common problem. Many people say, I can understand English, but I cannot speak confidently. And honestly, this is one of the biggest problems English learners face around the world. Today we have Andrew with us. Hi Andrew, how are you?
Hi Natasha, I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me. And yes, this is a very relatable topic because many students and working professionals face this issue daily.
Absolutely. I receive so many messages from learners saying, Natasha, I watch English videos. I understand movies. I understand teachers. But when I start speaking, my mind becomes blank. Why does this happen, Andrew?
That happens because understanding and speaking are two different skills. Listening is an input skill. Speaking is an output skill. For example, a person may understand cricket very well by watching matches every day. But that does not mean they can immediately play cricket professionally. Speaking English also works the same way.
That's a very good example. I think another big reason is fear of mistakes. People worry. What if my grammar is wrong? What if people laugh at me? What if my pronunciation is bad? Because of this fear, they stay silent. That's a very good example. I think another big reason is fear of mistakes. People worry. What if my grammar is wrong? What if people laugh at me? What if my pronunciation is bad? Because of this fear, they stay silent. Very true. I also noticed that many learners translate from their native language into English before speaking. For example, they think in your language first and then try to convert it into English sentence by sentence. That process makes speaking very slow.
Yes, and that creates hesitation. Instead of translation, learners should practice thinking directly in English. For example, instead of thinking, tomorrow I have to go to the office. Small daily thoughts in English improve fluency naturally.
That's a wonderful technique. Andrew, can you share some practical methods to improve speaking confidence?
Of course, the first method is speaking alone. Many people think speaking practice only happens with partners, but self-speaking is extremely powerful. Stand in front of a mirror and talk for 5 minutes daily. For example, today I woke up at 7 a.m. I had breakfast. I completed my work. I watched a podcast. This develops sentence flow.
Yes. Mirror practice really helps with confidence and body language too. What's the second method?
The second method is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to English audio and repeating immediately like a copy. For example, if a podcast speaker says, "Today we are discussing confidence," you repeat instantly, "Today we are discussing confidence." This improves pronunciation, speaking speed, and sentence rhythm.
That sounds very useful. I think podcasts are great for this practice because conversation.
Absolutely. Movies and podcasts teach real English, not just textbook English. Learners understand how native speakers connect words and express emotions. For example, I want to go. I gotta finish this. How's it going? These are common conversational expressions.
Yes, textbooks usually teach formal English, but daily conversations are different. Andrew, many learners say, I know vocabulary, but I forget words while speaking. What should they do?
That's very common. The solution is using words repeatedly in real sentences. Memorizing vocabulary lists is not enough. For example, if you learn the word opportunity, use it many times. This job is a good opportunity. I got an opportunity to learn. Opportunities help us grow. Repetition stores words in long-term memory.
That makes sense. Practice creates memory. I also think learners should stop comparing themselves with fluent speakers. Some people lose confidence after watching advanced English speakers.
Exactly. Comparison destroys motivation. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Nobody starts speaking fluent English on day one. Fluency is built step by step through consistency. Even 10 minutes of daily practice can create huge improvement after a few months.
Consistency is definitely important. Andrew, what mistakes should learners avoid during speaking practice?
Great question. The first mistake is being silent because of fear. If you do not speak, your speaking muscles never develop. The second mistake is focusing too much on grammar during conversation. While speaking, focus on expressing ideas. Grammar improves gradually with practice. The third mistake is irregular practice. Speaking once a week is not enough. Daily exposure is necessary.
Very important points. I personally believe confidence grows only after repeated speaking experiences. The first conversation feels difficult. The second becomes easier. The third feels natural.
Exactly. Confidence is not magic. Confidence is repetition. The more you speak, the more comfortable your brain becomes. That's why language learners should create English environments around them. For example, watch English content, read simple articles, listen to podcasts, speak with friends, write short sentences daily. These habits train the brain continuously.
Andrew, many students prepare for interviews, but become nervous while speaking English. How can they improve interview communication?
Interview speaking requires structured practice. Students should prepare common answers like, "Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths? Why should we hire you? Describe your project." Practice these answers repeatedly. Record your voice and listen carefully. This helps identify pronunciation mistakes and hesitation.
Andrew, before we finish, can you give motivation to learners who feel stuck?
Definitely. When learners hear themselves, they understand where they pause, which words are unclear, how their pronunciation sounds. Self-analysis improves speaking faster.
That's excellent advice. I think recording your own voice feels uncomfortable initially, but it really helps.
Of course, if you understand English, that means your brain already knows the language. Now you only need speaking practice. Do not wait for perfect grammar. Do not wait for perfect pronunciation. Start speaking with simple sentences. For example, I am learning English. I enjoy podcasts. I want to improve communication. Small sentences build big confidence. Remember, fluency is not achieved in one day. It is achieved through daily effort.
Beautifully said. I think many learners will feel motivated after hearing this conversation. Speaking English is like learning a musical instrument. The more you practice, the smoother it becomes.
Exactly. And mistakes are part of learning. Every mistake teaches something new. So learners should not feel embarrassed. They should feel proud that they are trying.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for sharing such practical and motivating advice today.
Thank you, Natasha. It was wonderful being here.
And thank you everyone for listening to today's podcast. Remember, understanding English is the first step. Speaking comes with practice, patience, and confidence. Keep learning. Keep speaking. And never stop improving. See you in the next episode. Bye everyone.